everyone. Welcome to Voice of Liberta, where we begin the journey to uncover your true calling of your heart. In this busy world, I would like to create a peaceful garden here at Voice of Liberta, where we gently unwrap life stories, dive into our feelings, and cheer on the amazing strength we found in just being ourselves. And today I am very glad to introduce for you very cheerful, positive lady who is a coach, author and speaker, and so bubbly person. As I saw her and feel her energy, I wish that you can feel that as well. And it's Tiffany. And today we are going to Eastern America. Am I right, Tiffany?
Yep, I am in
So,
America.
welcome, Tiffany, and please introduce yourself briefly.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it. This is just a privilege and an honor for me to be here with you. So I really appreciate you. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am considered to be the people's cheerleader. So I love encouraging individuals. I mostly work with women and helping women to rid the toxins of their hearts. Sometimes we will hold on to past traumas and traumatic experiences that's happened to us in life. And so what I get the opportunity to do is to talk to women. Primarily, I deal with teenage mothers and divorced women. I deal with women all together, but those are those situations that happen to me. So I seem to gravitate towards those ladies. So just to helping you to heal and to forgive and to get rid of all the bitterness that we hold hostage. So that's primarily what I do. I am that hand in your back, helping you to set some goals that are true to you and to be authentically you. As my shirt says, is to be you. Why be somebody else when you're so doggone good at being yourself? We emulate other ladies that we see, or even some men that we'll see because we have characteristics that we want to say, oh, I want to be like that. But then you can glean from that, but don't try to be them. Take a cloth from their book or take a page from their book, apply it to your life, but always be authentically who you were created to be.
Yeah,
So
it sounds lovely. Thank you, Tiffany. That's what attracted probably me towards you. Then I was looking, the speakers who can now speak here at Voice of Liberta. As my main message is be always enough and find the harmony between mind's heart and money. So, and then I saw that, yourself being so energetic in your speeches, and I was, oh my God, this is that lady whom I would like really invite and share with my listeners as well. Because we have a saying, or somebody clever than me, said, before that, be yourself because any other position is already occupied. This yeah.
Yep.
This is that's why I think it is really true. And as soon as we understood that and realized that we are really unique and we have each of us have a specific mission in this world, so we will be more happy and we can hear our true calling, as I'm calling our heart calling. So, Tiffany, I can see that you're very positive. You're helping a lot for women who have no problems. But tell me, it is always was not so like easy and you was always so cheerful and bubbly person like you are now. If you can share.
I kind of sort of have been a little extra individual. So I've always kind of like been where my mother, I am the baby of three. Okay. So my mother has two boys, and then I'm the baby girl. And we're 9 and 7 years apart. So one thing my brothers used to do was make my mother laugh all of the time. And so I wanted to have that same thing. So I kind of was trying to do whatever I could because I wanted to make her laugh. Everybody else laughs, but my mother was always so like, haha, like, But then my brother say something, it was like a knee slapper. I wanted to be like that as well for her. So I was always that extra individual, like, so I'm always doing certain things. But life, I guess, it kind of taken a turn. I was raised as a PK. I was a preacher's kid and a preacher's wife. Got married at 15. I had my first kid at 16, and then 17. And then the next one was at 20, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Sorry, take that back. I can't count. 4 years apart. So
It's happening.
I had to think about that. Good night. And so I guess that's when things started to turn for me. So it's right when I got about 15 years old. That's when I got married, and then had my first son. I have boy, girl, boy. So I have 3 as well. And I got 3 babies, was divorced by the age of 22. So now I have became a single mom. Life started happening, things started turning. I lost a lot of things. We was gaining some worldly possessions. And then I lost a lot of those. So now here it is. I'm single mom. I got to take care of my 3 kids. Felt at one point in time, nobody's going to want me. Who is going to want a single mom with 3 kids? And that just feels like it's a lot of drama. Thankfully, I have one dad, but they just felt like it probably will be a lot of drama. So after the divorce, I decided I needed to really take life into my own hands. And I felt like how you were saying, you had to say it that everybody else is taken. So, you got to kind of like be yourself. I felt like at some time I had to change. And if I didn't change and disrupt the system will never change. And in order for things to change, you have to disrupt your current routine and the way you're doing things. And in order for that to happen, change has to happen. So I decided to get me a coach. I decided to get me a therapist. I got on a good old couch and I had to do some inner healing and some inner work because I had felt like I had perfected being a mother. I perfected being a sister, a daughter. I was a good friend. I felt like I had, got those things together. I was a pretty doggone good wife, even though we got a divorce. But I had all those different things taken care of. But I lost who I was. And so for me, I can't even really say I lost who I was, because in the process of me becoming who I was 15. I was discovering myself. I didn't get the opportunity to really discover me because I had other hats that I had to take on. So then I had to disrupt the system. I got my counseling, and then I really started feeling like, Tiffany likes this. Oh, you know what? Tiffany likes the beach. My grandmother didn't like going down to the beach or going to the water or going to the pool or anything like that. That was a fear of hers. She kind of inflicted that fear. And so I kind of never went to the pool. I never went to the beach. And then one day I just happened to go there and I found so much peace there. It just felt like, oh my God, this is a serene place. This is heaven for me. If I would have kept how my grandmother felt on me, because that was just like a worldview that she inflicted on me because she was scared. If I would have held that hostage, I wouldn't have never found my free place. I wouldn't have never found this is a place that makes me happy. So I had to find out different things that made me happy. The things that were making them happy, that was for them. But I learned different things of me, going to the beach, getting my therapist, riding a bike, going for walks, exercising. Those are different things that I found that made me happy, even though I done got a little big now. You can't tell I exercise. You were not supposed to cheerlead me on. Say, yeah, you got big.
Good.
You weren't say that.
I'm hiding my muscles.
Listen, I need to hide mine, but that's whatever.
No,
but those are different things I had to find out. And in the process of discovering that, it was a beautiful feeling for me to authentically get out of the shell. I end up moving down here. I was from Washington. I end up moving down to Florida. And then that's where I found myself growing, kind of like that point, that picture that you have behind you. That was my journey and my growth to love and loving me, loving who I am, and being comfortable in the skin that I'm in. I was raised in church, so I'm always going to be a church kid. I'm always going to be a church baby. That stuff doesn't go away for me. However, I had to discover, for me, I had to get my own relationship. And it wasn't just who mommy and daddy and grandmother and them had. It was my own relationship. And then the minute that I did that, I found myself starting like that picture behind you. I started growing. And I'm like, I feel happy. The smile that you see, it can be an authentic smile. It's not something that's forced. It's not something that I did because I had to, because of the part and the role that I played. It became authentic. It became something that I wanted to do real life. So after I found that happiness and I found that joy, I say, hey, I can't do this by myself. other ladies have to experience this, because I'm sure that there's been teenage moms. I'm sure there's been divorced women out here. You should never have to life alone. And I definitely want to be that lady that you don't have to life alone with. So I decided to have be you.
It sounds amazing, really. That every word is just nearly in each sentence just resonate with me. If I may share some moments as well, because thank you very much for sharing openly this. I know that we smiling now, but the story behind what the feelings behind it is very deep, and it still is sensitive. You can, like forgive, but you never forget, probably because it's becoming your lessons and experience. So myself, I married early as well, being 17, and then my first baby came to being made 21, but I faced several miscarriage, and yes, and unfortunately my marriage ruined after 23 years, and it was quite painful. And the financial divorce, it was awful. Just it took 7 years for me. So that's why in the first place, I'm helping women to be financially stable. Is very nice, and till love is in the families, till we love each other, and that's till is that blooming love in the families. We need to talk about finances. We need to plan together. Children need to be involved. So that's what I'm talking about. That in my this book, Always Enough, as as I author as well. I like you. So this everything comes from experience, from this real life university, as I'm calling, because sometimes it's no matter all these diplomas or degrees. The most important what you learn, what your skills you have, and as you mentioned, you find out your happiness. You find out your true smile, authentic smile, and you would like to cheer up other ladies and support. And I think it's our goal is here the same, to give the message to ladies that you are not alone. It's no matter in which um, terrible situation or hard situation you are, and maybe you don't see the light at the moment. Don't be on your own. Just talk with someone, seek advice, go to that counseling, go to a friend. If you don't have friends, just text us.
Absolutely.
Yes, because everyone facing our demons, to be honest, and they coming with the various shadows, and it's life happening, and we never know. And love sometimes can turn into the hate, but most important thing is never lose yourself, which I understood according to your story. You forgot yourself. I did the same in the past because I devoted to my ex-husband, to my 3 children, and to my friends. Everybody were a priority, but not myself. And I'm so glad because you find out yourself in early age. You discovered. I started my life in my late 40s, let's say. It's kind of joke, but I use that because I emigrated from my native country to England.
Okay.
And that's why probably my new start was in my 40s.
Okay.
And I started discovering,
Okay.
who is Vaida? What she likes, all these questions come with the late age that my children grew up.
But
So
they came. It's a good thing that they came, because that's the catch. Is sometimes we'll just go through life, and sometimes the questions will come, but will we have the answers to it? Or are we even willing to allow ourselves to have that emotion to say, you know what, this made me unhappy, or this makes me feel this way. It's okay to feel whatever. If you're feeling angry, it's okay to be angry. Just don't stay there. If you're sad, it's okay to feel sad. Don't stay there. Whatever emotion that you're feeling, I think for me at one point in time in my life, that's what happened. Is I wasn't allowed to be angry. I wasn't allowed to feel sad. I wasn't allowed to feel like I was disappointed or hurt or anything. I wasn't able to feel emotion. So at one point in time in life, I was just numb. I was just there. Hi, how you doing? I just kind of give you one of those feel, and I just really didn't feel. But the minute that I started addressing things and hearing certain words that triggered my anger, I had to deal with that. And once I dealt with that, I'm like, okay, you know what? That doesn't bother me as much.
Mhm.
Even though I have the memory of, yeah, because like you said, you might forgive, but you're not going to forget. I have the memory of that, but I have divorced the feelings and those memories that I have together. I have the memory and I have the feelings, but they're no longer intertwined together. I just have the memory, and some of those feelings, sometimes they try to come up, but again, have the moment and let it go. That's what's super important.
It's just probably we're talking about awareness, because then we overcome our feelings. We have a lesson or experience, as people saying, and we know how to deal now. Yes, it's coming. Like, for example, I'm going to talk about divorce now this evening. And then I was asked to do interview. Of course, it's bring me memories. What path I went in during all these 7 years. Of course, it's you remembering that it was very painful. It was awful. A lot of disrespect and so on. But
Mhm.
now you can see, like, another person life. Okay, it is the facts. I went to that. I went to that. Yeah, it's a little bit makes me like sad. But I said, Vaida, stop. You are okay now. It's a
Uh-huh.
past. It is your experience, and now I can inspire these ladies and help them.
Mhm.
And reading about you, I found very catchy phrase, and I would like that you share a little bit,
Right.
because it's about these changes and
Okay.
sad experience. You
Okay.
saying that change doesn't have to be boring. What
That's
do you mean by that?
because sometimes we feel like change, if I change, I am not going to be happy no more. Because sometimes we get stuck in the pain that we're in. We're used to telling our traumatic stories. We're used to telling, hey, I'm a divorced mom, or hey, I'm a single mom, or, he used to beat me all the time. And you feel like, hey, that's my story. That's who I am. And if I change from that, I'm not going to get attention. I'm not going to get love. I'm not going to get whatever it is you're seeking or you're wanting. It's okay to change from that. You don't have to live in that traumatic experience that you have. Like I did have that. I've gotten to fights before. I did. I've been divorced. I actually been divorced twice. And I'm a single mom, but that might have been the story that helped to make who I am, but I don't live in that traumatic experience anymore. I don't live in that drama or
Yeah.
that toxic feeling. I don't live in that. It's okay to change. And when you change, it doesn't mean that life is going to be boring. And because you're no longer in those things, that now I'm just going to sit with my feet crossed at the bottom in my hands. And this is no, still live life. Go to a music concert, go to the park, go live. You can still live in the process of you changing from the drama that you had into the life that you want to live and the dreams that you have that are in your head and you're wanting to eventually have them manifest. Change is going to happen. And again, you have to disrupt that system in order for change to happen. When you disrupt your old ways, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And you're going to realize, like, wow, why did I stay stuck in that space so long? And you're going to understand it wasn't bad. It was necessary. And I'm glad I did. And now I'm getting to live the life. There was dreams that I wanted. I want to go in. We did the vision board. I have some of my pictures from there. From last night. I want to go on different little vacations and I want to be able to have that little two-piece on. I'm gonna have that two-piece on. I'll be real cute. But those dreams that I'm having of being on the beach or being on those cruise ships and going to putting stamps in my passport, I have to be able to even enjoy those. I'm going to have to make a change from being scared to being able to walk in being fearless. I have to change that. And it's not going to be boring. It might be trying. It might be uncomfortable because I have to sit with some of those feelings and I have to realize that I got to change some things, but it's necessary. Yeah.
Definitely, the personal growth is always, challenging us and is taking us from our comfort zone. But
Yeah.
that's why that's how is everything happening.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned before, I like that expression, like use your authentic smile, and I think it is a very brilliant phrase, because. Then you're smiling, even people who harmed you, they feel angry, but you
Mm-hmm.
still keep continue smiling, because you truly feel, this happiness
Mm-hmm.
in your heart. Am I right?
Uh-huh. Because
And
it's the healing.
yes,
Healing.
My son once told me, Mom, I don't understand, you always smiling. So you are happy or you are unhappy, or I don't understand anymore.
Yeah.
Everything was written on your face before, everything was clear. Okay, mom crying, mom sad, mom whatever.
Mhm.
And now just, I don't understand. You pretending or you're really happy? So it's
Mhm.
just
Uh-huh.
my adult son once asked me, this is mean like then you overcoming this inner
Mhm.
barriers probably in yourself. You're really trying to smile from your heart, I should
Yeah.
say.
Mhm.
Because we soon are going to wrap up, I would like to ask you, have you got any particular advice or tips how people can start hear their heart better?
Okay. I will automatically say to be able to hear your heart, you're going to have to tune into you. You're going to have to face some of those. I won't say face it alone, but there are some uncomfortable conversations that you're going to have with self. And I think those conversations start with certain things that you have to do is forgive you. That is the first thing that you're going to be able to do is hearing your heart. Out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. Okay. And if you're not careful of how you're handling your heart, you're going to start talking to people disrespectfully because you're not healed. You're going to start being rude to individuals because all that unforgiveness, all that those burdens that you're carrying, you're holding it in your heart, and all that starts to come out of your mouth. So I have to say that you take the journey to forgive yourself, and just learn to do that. Forgiveness is typically defined as a process of people holding on to resentment or anger, as a perceived notion of some kind of offense happening or some kind of mistakes that was happening before. Once we realize those offenses and those mistakes or those resentments that we're holding on to, learn to let them go. And one of the keys to happiness is forgiving. You have to be able to release those feelings so that you'll be able to go from happiness to joy, and you'll be able to experience that in your life. So forgive yourself, forgive others, and then that's going to be on your journey to being able to hear your heart. So when you're talking to people, they'll be able to hear what you're saying, not hear the tone that's coming out of your mouth. I can tell you I love you, but if I say I love you, you're going to believe I love you. But if I say I love you, same three words, but my tone and my actions, you're receiving you don't love me. But if you are able to filter through those resentments, if you're able to filter through those feelings and getting rid of those, you'll be able to authentically speak how you want to. Or if you're in an angry mode, tell the individual, I can't talk right now because now's not the proper time. Feeling how you feel and owning it, knowing what's going on within you, and then acting. That's super important.
Yes, be tuned in yourself. It is very nice said. And authentic smile, tune in yourself. And just what was most beneficial activity what you did yourself when you started your journey, tune in yourself?
Paying attention to me. That is the best thing that I did when I realized I can see something that will make me angry. I might see at one point in time, because I was divorced and I didn't think divorce was ever going to be a part of my life. Sometimes I would see families walking down the street and him and her are all together, and then you see the babies. And so it was just cute. So sometimes that would be a trigger. I felt that. And I'm like, hey, Tiffany, that's not you, chill out. And if somebody tried to talk to me in the process of, once I realized I wasn't feeling that good, I can't talk to you right now. And I would tell individuals that. But then that's because I took the time to really realize feelings are going on, something's stirring up within me. I can't talk, because if I talk during those tumultuous times that I'm feeling inside, then I'm going to inflict what I'm feeling onto the next individual. That wasn't your feelings. That was something that I was dealing with from before. But now I done spoke out of turn. And so now I got a conflict going on over here that didn't have to be, but it became because I didn't own how I felt. So owning how I feel, really realizing and being okay with telling somebody, be selfish with yourself. Tell an individual, no, I can't talk to you right now, or no, I got too much on my plate. I can't do that. have to be able to own the feelings. And that was the best activity that I did for myself, is to feel how I felt and actually owned it, not ignoring it, not bypassing it, not saying that, oh yeah, I'll get over it. Oh no, I'm okay. No, own those feelings. I'm not okay right now. Leave me alone. And then I'm able to, in the minute I filter through those, I can go back to you and then, hey, let's do life. What did you need for me to do? So
yes, I think in short, we should say that we need to get rid of this myth that somebody can read our minds. We need to be honest and clear with other people, especially if we don't want to hurt anyone and ourselves. So clearly say, I'm not in the mood now. Can we talk? And then we have a better time. And reflect on yourself, as you said, listen your body, because it's saying us everything. And honestly, for myself, it is just like what helping a lot. It's being still in with myself in the present moment, and my flowers is helping to do that very much, because I use the flowers therapy myself and with my clients. And I just give a small piece of advice as well. Try at least 2 minutes. Switch off your minds by taking your favorite flower in front of you, and just now looking at that flower in each and every petal. So at the color, try to smell, and just don't think about anything else, just about your favorite flower. And this is now like first step how you can catch yourself, or keep yourself in the present moment. And this, believe me, if you will do that daily for 2 minutes at least per day, then you find that peace of mind which helps you to listen your heart better. Small steps sometimes is very, very important. So it's amazing, Tiffany's. Unfortunately, our time is running, but I hope that we can talk in the future about other topics as well, if you would like to. And the main message to everyone today, I hope that they hear will inspire about your life story. So keep your unique smile, listen your heart, reflect on yourself, and never stay on your own if you're facing hard moments, because all spaces in the world already occupied, and is only one place is free. It is then you are. Be yourself and be always enough.
absolutely. That's good stuff. I love it.
So
Love it.
thank you, Tiffany, for being with me today and our listeners. And let's wrap with the phrase, be always enough and find harmony by connecting your minds, heart, and money.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tiffany.